Hi everyone, welcome to Twinset and Purl's knitting podcast. Take two. We're recording on the iPad for the first time and I got it wrong.
She took a photo.
It's exactly the same as an iPhone, but I still got it wrong. Anyway,
took a photo rather than we've just been talking for 10 minutes. So anyway, we're going to redo it. But welcome everybody. I'm Rachel
and I'm Jo.
We're Twinset and Purl, and this is our knitting podcast. We are twins who talk about knitting, actually knit a lot, and design together as Twinset and Purl. We design socks, cowls, shawls, scarves, the odd sweater. So if this is your first time finding us, welcome. We're really pleased that you found our little channel, and if you're a returning viewer, welcome back. It's amazing that you come and listen to us waffle on about our things. We try and podcast every couple of weeks, don't we? Yeah. But today we are on location.
So it's Sunday, the 28th of August.
It's bank holiday weekend in the UK.
And we're in Yorkshire.
And we came up yesterday for Botanical Yarn's Open Studio Day. And it was amazing.
Yeah, it had a lovely day.
It was brilliant. Seeing Soph and her mum, and then all the lovely people who came. We met people, amazingly, we met people who watch our podcast. We were so shocked, weren't we?
And people who test knit for
us.
It was lovely.
It was amazing. And people bought yarn to knit my sweater designs. So I can't wait to see them. Sophie's yarn is beautiful. And we came away with quite a few goodies. So we may not show them all, but we will show you some beautiful
We'll probably take a little video at the end.
Yeah,
and
like a
scan
pan
across
the goodies and put that in so you can see, because well, as Jo said before, which you don't know because we weren't recording it, quite a few of the ones she bought aren't available. They're like one of a kinds and things like that. So anyway, we'll talk about it later on. That's for acquisitions, which some people don't like. They can take it or leave it. That'll be at the end.
So we're in a B&B in Malton. So we're in a family room. We've got some bunk beds.
That's the bathroom.
Yeah, and
nice
the window.
That's a blind actually.
The window was creating too much light, so we had to shut the blind.
Yeah, so hopefully the lighting's good enough to see everything.
I mean it seems to be.
Yeah.
So we're staying in a B&B in Malton, and we're heading back today after breakfast. We haven't had breakfast. Right.
Heading back.
So
we're going to give you a little bit of a life update, and then we'll get into the knitting. So I just wanted to say thank you again to everyone who's commented and said that they're giving me their support, and it's wonderful. And I really feel supported by people and by knitting. Well, in my chemo, I don't like calling it a journey, treatment. It's going really well. I started cycle 2 last week, and apart from the steroids seem to be making my voice a bit deep, but if anyone notices, I really notice it. You probably can't notice it. I don't know me that well anyway.
My voice is kind of deep from post-COVID,
being dehydrated as well.
And I think you sound deeper than me this week.
So anyway, the chemo's going really well, as well as chemo. Well as chemo can go, and I saw the consultant and everything looks like it's coming down, all my levels of the bad stuff. So and the good thing is that my levels of my blood seem to be fine with the treatment as well, because that's one thing we worry about. But anyway, so
that's really good news.
Going really well, and I'm really glad. Actually, one thing I'd say is the weather now is beautiful. It's my 22 and sunny is my
perfect knitting weather.
It's lovely. So, and perfect for chemo as well. So good for next week. And that's really good progress and everything. But Jo has something very exciting to say, and I'm so jealous.
So my husband and I are planning a trip to America for our 10th wedding anniversary in October, and I was watching a podcast knitting together with Kim and Jonna, and it was the one where Jonna was talking about her sweaters,
20 sweaters.
And
We'll link it down. We'll link. It's a really good
episode.
We'll link it down below. Their podcast.
She was drinking out of a mug that had a sheep on it, and she mentioned that she'd bought it.
And you love a mug.
Yeah, I do love a mug. She'd bought it at Vermont Sheep and Wool Festival. It's in October, and I was like, oh, I'm in Vermont in October, and it happens that the weekend I'm in Vermont is the weekend of the Vermont Sheep and Wool Festival.
Yay!
And have
you ever been to a sheep and wool festival?
No. Well, the one in Bristol, did that have sheep?
Yeah, but we didn't look at them.
No.
Yeah.
My husband he's very tolerant of my hobby, shall we say, and he has agreed that we can go.
He's more tolerant than my husband.
I think it doesn't bother him as much as it bothers yours.
I think mine's more obvious in the house. Yeah. Anyway, so Joe's going.
So I'm going to go to Vermont Sheep and Wool on probably, I don't know which day. There's 2 days, Saturday and Sunday. But if anybody's going and would like to see if we can arrange to meet up, that would be fab.
Yeah.
Love it. So I'm really excited about that.
She's going to FaceTime me.
Yeah.
So I can see.
So the trip, we'd agreed that I could go to Webbs. I mean, you can't go near Webbs and not go to Webbs.
I did.
Oh, okay. You can.
I was not allowed to do that.
But anyway, we've agreed, and then any other yarn stores won't be planned. If we happen upon one, we're allowed to go. We're allowed to have a look. Yeah. So we're doing a little bit of a tour. We're starting in Boston, and we're going.
You talked about this last time.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're doing a little bit of a tour around. And so there's lots of opportunities to stumble across a yarn store. But so really excited about that.
And you have to go to the one in Portland, Maine.
I'm sure I can engineer that.
Yeah. Especially if you've got a car, because it's a bit of a walk.
Yeah. So anyway, really looking forward to that. Really excited.
Yeah. Brilliant. So, shall we? Well, oh no, we've got to talk about our winners. Then we are going to talk about our new cowl.
Yeah.
Before we talk.
So every month, we in our Ravelry group we have a thread that is for people who are knitting one of Twinset and Purl's designs to post their progress, their finished objects, and we love to see
and just chat about our patterns.
We love to see people
questions
knitting our
even
patterns.
If you've got a question about the design, not the design, the pattern. So last month, I picked a winner for July who I've already contacted, and that winner was Jean PN on Ravelry. I will put in a thing here, down here by me. And so she picked a pattern. She actually picked one of our patterns, and you don't have to do that. We are going to buy you a pattern from Ravelry that you want. So if you win, enter your chat, whips, all that stuff, because every month we will pick someone and they will get to choose a pattern from Ravelry of their choice. It's not one of ours.
It's not it's not going to be random.
We pick the one we like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the one time we don't do random.
And unless
everything else will be random.
Yeah, and unless we will try and pick different people.
Yeah.
But there's not a huge number of people in our group who are actually doing the chatting. So anyway, Jean PN won last month, and this month for August, Alison Burnett. Is it Burnett or Burnett? Well, I'll put it down here anyway.
Yeah.
And I'll contact you as well to tell you that you won. And I'm sorry, I need to have a drink.
It's all right. Post away, people.
And that is the thread about our designs. So there's another thread about whatever you're knitting.
Yeah.
So,
because we love to see all the different things that people
we do,
knit.
and we love to see, but we are going to try a bit harder to actually chat, because it's difficult. Anyway, moving on. We're going to start on the 1st of September. I'm going to stop tapping because it probably will come up. A new knit along cowl, and it's going to be, we want to call it a gift along cowl. So I'll put down here the hashtag we're going to use, which is TP gift cowl. I'll start a new thread, and we will be giving a discount off all our patterns, gift 25. All the information will be down below, and that will be off all of the patterns except the charity ones and the ebooks of Bridgerton, because they're already discounted. So don't know how I'm doing that. So it will start on the 1st of September and it will run till the 31st of December. And there'll be one big prize, which will be an actual project bag and yarn and goodies and stuff we will come up with. And we will show when we're home. And then there'll be a few other prizes from the chat, I think, like patterns and stuff, because that's easy for us to do. Posting things all over the world, as much as we're we're willing to do it, it is expensive to do it every time we have a cowl. So there'll be one prize, and I think we will pick, the prize will be picked from Ravelry, but if you use the hashtag on Instagram, we will only have TP gift cowl, and from that chat we will pick some winners to win prizes, to win patterns. And they will be Ravelry patterns, not just our patterns. Yeah, that's quite a ramble. So I will concisely say I'll put when I start the thread. I'll write about what actually is happening.
Yeah. So any of our patterns,
all of them could be gifted if you want to knit someone a sweater. That's lovely. But so it's a little bit more of a discount than our podcast 20 discount. And there's a couple of things I need to add to that, because I noticed people had bought them and the discount wasn't on it. So sorry about that, but I will. They've only just come out, so I will add those. And yeah, we just love to see all of that. Socks make great gifts. There's a free pattern. Jomo socks is a free pattern, and some cowls. And we have a new free pattern that Jo has designed for very small amounts of yarn, less than 50 grams of 4-ply and less than 25 grams of Suri Alpaca. And I've knitted one. This is kind of what we're moving into, what we're wearing. So you talk about it because you're
okay. So I've knit one in. I first knit the first one in Suri because I was like,
could you get it?
Could you get a little kerchief cowl out of 25 grams of Suri? And this is what I came up with. And it's quite subtle in the Suri, but it's
definitely there though. Yeah, the texture.
It's a little arrow design, and then some moss stitch,
double moss stitch,
and then the arrow again, and then the moss stitch again, and then the edge I did on this one is just a knit edge. So this is called the Loretto Road Cowl, and it's named after Loretto. I'll put I'll try and do a few more insert things. And this is the street. This is the road that our grandparents lived on in Axminster when we were growing up. Yeah. So, and you can see the design a bit more in the 4-ply. And you did different edges. There's 2 edging options. Yeah, I did a ribbing edge, and effectively, I've given you a little. A hint on tips on how to extend it if you've got more yarn left. So
and mine is dark. I take it off. Yeah. And I love.
Of course, it's navy blue. Has been navy blue.
Has been attached to my clip now. It's all going wrong. What's happening? A bit. Sorry about that. So, did I pull it? Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, so it's literally, you could knit it in a day if you were sat down, and mine didn't, when I was knitting it, I was like, I can't see the arrow, Jo, can't see the arrow. You can see the arrow when you block it, and it's beautiful, and it's inside out.
And you've extended.
And that was inside out.
Was it? Right, okay, well.
I've extended the border just a little bit, because I actually had more than 50 grams of yarn, but this is not, I didn't use more than 50 grams of yarn. I did a few more extra little things. And you can see the arrow, and this is in the blue yarn left over from my Amethyst Glow sweater. So this is botanical yarn, and I will link the colourway below because she started doing some navies, and it's lovely. I love it.
And mine are drops. So this is Drops Alpaca
Yeah.
Silk, which is advertised as a baby yarn, I think.
Yeah.
But it's
Beautiful.
baby alpaca and silk.
It's beautiful definition.
Yeah. And then this is their alpaca,
brushed
alpaca silk. So at the moment,
I think at the moment
they've got
I can check.
Yeah, Wool Warehouse in the UK have a drop sale quite often.
I think Drops have a sale.
Oh right, okay. So
So
they
it's,
apply it to their and
just
we've
quickly look.
got a few acquisitions to show you for drops because it's
So at the moment, sorry, take my glasses off to read. The Drops Air Alpaca Bouquet, Baby Silk Alpaca is £2.45 in the UK at the moment.
for this ball.
Yeah, so you'd have one ball.
You could knit
that for £2.45. The brushed alpaca is £1.55 at the moment.
So yeah,
we need more. I think we need to buy some more.
Yeah, you could gift and literally 2 evenings knitting.
And also Drops Flora is beautiful when it's blocked, isn't it?
Yes.
And that is £1.30 at the moment.
So yeah,
anyway,
so lots of options. The pattern will be coming out on the 1st of September.
And it's free.
Yeah.
Did we say that?
It is free.
It's going to be free. And
I mean, if you really wanted to do something decadent, a little ball of cashmere.
Oh yeah, I've got a ball of cashmere.
You know, I mean, it's a beautiful kit, and it sits just around your neck, nice inside a jacket.
Yeah.
Or just
at home.
Yeah. And in the UK, and I guess
I'm not going to put mine back on.
Okay. I guess a lot of other places at the moment, we're all having a bit of an energy crisis.
You want to keep warm.
Yeah, and if you want to turn your heating off and have a little bit of extra snuggle,
I really think that's good because that's where you feel that that's why I feel the draft. Anyway.
And I mean, to be honest, it's got the. I'm going to take mine off. It's got this little bit at the back. You could actually wear that at the front if you wanted to, and have the longer bit at the back if that's where you feel you're cold. Yeah. So you could wear it any way you want. But yeah, so this is our little gift for the gift along.
Yeah.
And we hope everybody's going to enjoy that.
So the pattern will be out on the 1st of September and the gift along will start on the 1st of September. Brilliant. I'm excited actually because, well, I could knit socks for gifts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right, I might knit some Jomo socks actually.
Ooh.
I think you need a pair of Jomo socks.
I think I need a pair of Jomo socks, yeah.
You could actually knit your own.
I could, but I don't have time, do I?
No.
Got lots going on.
Right,
I can't tell you about.
Let's move on. that was knitting, but let's move on to what we're wearing.
Yeah.
So Jo can go first because this is gorgeous.
Yeah. Well, you've seen this a few times.
Finally
sorry, I've got itchy nose now. This is the Cercis sweater by Marie-Amélie Designs.
Yeah.
And she gives 3 sleeve options. And I thought through every option. I wanted it. They do an elbow length. That was what's in the pattern picture, and I was like, oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
They do full length version, and when it came to it, couldn't be bothered. I wanted to start something else, so I just did the short sleeve version.
It's lovely though,
and it's beautiful. It is cotton. It's knit in woolly knit, soft cotton in the colour natural beige.
Yeah.
And it's from a
cone.
And
then there's
yes,
and the lace goes down the side.
The lace goes down the side.
A bit difficult to show. Let's have a look. You can see the lace. There's a lace panel on both sides.
Yeah. And I did it 1 repeat shorter than she said in the pattern. Right. And I did the sleeves, how she says, the short sleeves in the pattern. But it's lovely. Yeah. And fairly quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I really like it. The Cercis. We'll be knitting another. I think it would be nice in black.
Yeah. But it's off the needle.
Long sleeve, but it's off the needles, and I'll show you later why I was so urgent. Didn't wanted it to get finished too urgently.
So I am also wearing an FO. This is my material girl. I'm going to try and sit forward because I'm the shorty of the family. So sorry. Not very attractive for you.
What are you doing?
My pillow behind me is attacking me. Right, so this I knitted out of the Zauberball cotton, and it did this striping kind of fade.
Which wasn't what was in the
No, it wasn't what was on the picture,
band.
but I do actually quite like it. And I went through phases where I was gonna, so I had two balls of it, and I was gonna, I like this stripe right here across where the sleeves are, and I was gonna try and get enough navy just to knit the body plain navy. But as you can see, I did not do that, and I have a stripe at the bottom, but my ribbing is in the navy. And I went through, I was like, should I do it? Should I? Don't know. And but I actually do really like it like this. I kind of wish I had knitted it. So I went up a needle size because I don't really know actually. You said you knitted it and you thought I needed to, if I did it, I could knit the same size as you, just going up a needle size would be slightly bigger on the sleeve. And I did do a few more increases. So the raglan is beautifully shaped, and you don't increase on every, like some raglans you increase sleeves and body every other round, and this one you don't. So I did do a couple more increases in the sleeves, and I think they're lovely, but I wish I'd knitted this on a 3.5 because it's just a little bit, I haven't blocked it yet, and the yarn is wiggly because they dye it in
knit up
and then unravel it
in a blank.
But I love it, and it looks very, very dark, like black here, but it is navy, and it's 100% cotton, so it can go in the washing machine. And this is the first time I've actually worn it, but I'm going to knit more of these because I love the raglan shaping, and I'm going to knit one. I want one a bit tighter, because it is quite
nice for the summer though.
Yeah, so I'm going to knit. I've got lots of, obviously we talked about this before, many sweater quantities of navy blue yarn. So I'm going to knit another one, and I do really like it. And the pattern is by Shiana Billow, but it's for Chelsea Luxe yarns, so I'm not 100% sure. If you put Material Girl into Ravelry,
and there's a DK version,
and we're going to
show notes.
Link it below in the show notes.
It's already been linked because I've knit one too.
Yeah, and I'm going to knit a DK one in some Patagonia, Uniform Patagonia, I think it is, which I am quite looking forward to. So it's a really nice pattern, lots of sizes, and you can do different sleeves and stuff as well. So yeah, really happy with it. I just wish you could find to see your stripes a bit more. There we go, let's do that. Yeah, so that's what we're wearing. You've got another FO. I have 3 FOs to talk about.
Well, mine were my cowls.
Yeah, you've knitted a lot of cowls. So I actually finished I'm going to talk about socks. You haven't got any socks to talk about.
No.
So I finished something last night, so we'll talk about that last. So I finished my Colin socks. I thought I put a blocker in, but I didn't. So there are 2 of them. And this is knitted in botanical yarn in the Hygge colourway, and we've talked about them before. They've got this lovely, so this was my design for Colin from the Bridgerton 2 collection, season 2. So they're off the needles. I now need to put, I think I need more Collins.
Well, I think Colin might have to have a second pair because he's got his own season.
I know, but I'm not sure if I'm doing season 3.
Oh, right, okay.
Unless you want me to, let me know if you want me to do season 3, because I don't know, but I do love Colin. Oh, I need him in a plain navy blue. Dear me, what am I like? But like I've got time to knit another pair of Colin socks. And this month's botanical yarn socks were released. So the sock club. Oh, look at the table. Sorry, everyone. And these are the Very Veronica socks, which is named after, if I remember rightly, a larkspur, Very Veronica. And it's this lovely
it's beautiful
lilac background
with a
neon. And a neon yellow. And they're really lovely. And these are going to be a gift for a lovely lady called Veronica that we know, that we met at the knitting hotel, and we're all stayed friends.
And we're
meeting up at Unravel. When we go to Unravel, we're going to meet them. I'll be out with them. I'm going to give them to her, but I really like the cuff. Let me just show you the cuff. Yeah, so Veronica, socks are coming for you. And then last night, so I talked about this. Did I talk about this even?
I think you did, because you don't know if you knit any of it, but you talked about the yarn.
Okay, so we had that yarn, did we? No, because it came with that. It came with your yarn.
Right, okay.
So I don't know if we even talked about this. I think I talked about it on Instagram.
I just remember
because
you
I cast
about
on a hat in August. I cast on a mohair hat in August.
Oh, it was black. It was navy blue or something that you've got that's got the dark core of the. You were talking about some mohair that had a dark,
right,
and that doesn't have a dark core. That has a tweedy. But
anyway, this is
don't listen to me.
The Bonjour High hat by Espace Tricot. It's a free pattern, and it's knitted with 2 strands of mohair held together, and then you do this nice crown decrease, which is you knit
spirally.
Yeah, you knit 3 together, which I've never actually done for a decrease in a hat before. Should I pop it on or not?
Go on. Can't do any.
I've got my ponytail, so it's going to be a bit of a.
I don't get it caught on that.
No. So, actually, shall I just take my hair down? Put it on.
I think it's fine. Just.
Oh. I've done it now. That's right. Clips opened up. Sorry, everybody, for being childish. But it's so cute. Getting new glasses next week, or week after. We won't look quite as similar. But I really like it. And this is in Drops Kid Silk Mohair in the Blue Wind colourway. And I just should have had, I've got a tiny bit of the yarn left, but
it's fine. They can't see it any better than that when they can see
it's got like a tweedy core. Anyway, it's lovely. So that's 1 ball, less than a ball of mohair. So if you've got any friends who like fluffy hats, and it's on 5mm needles, so it's so quick. Yeah, those are my FOs. So
great.
What's next? Whips. Let's have a look. Next page. We've got show notes today. Kind of.
Right, so I have 3 whips.
Yeah, and I have.
Although one of them I'm actually not going to.
I got 3 whips as well.
I'm actually not going to talk about this because it's been talked about before and not a lot's changed.
Okay.
So this is my monsoon season cowl for my friend.
Right, so
the reason I'm going to talk about, as I just mentioned it, is that I'm almost at the point where I start the chart, and then I'll be writing the pattern. Okay. So I'll be having a call for testers.
Yeah.
Hopefully very soon.
For that's the monsoon
season cowl. So if you look back, last episode I showed
you were wearing it. Weren't you?
Yeah. Cool. So this is an FO. This is a whip that I started just because I was looking through my yarn stash.
Let's do the small ones and then do the.
Yeah, I was looking through my stash and I came across this yarn that I bought a while ago. I got it at No Frills, which is a yarn store that's opened about 10-minute walk from my house. So,
how lucky is that?
Yeah. And the lovely Meg at No Frills has quite a lot of different yarns. She has the Sanisgarn yarns and some British wool yarn and things like that. Knitting for Olive, I think she's got. Anyway, this I noticed this yarn, and it's called Vegan Cashmere, and it's beautifully soft. It's like a knit, like a tube. It's cotton. Sorry. So it's really soft.
Yeah.
But on the ball band, it says that you use 3.5 to 4mm needles, and I tried, and there's just no way I could knit at that.
You're a tight knitter though.
I am a tight knitter, but I don't know what you'd want to knit in it that would make that denser fabric. So anyway,
because it looks like it will actually be drapey.
I swatched
It is very,
with
very
a few
soft.
things, and I was looking through and I found this stitch pattern that I really liked, and I just thought I'm going to cast it on and make a little cowl for Rach because it's navy blue and she'll love it. So it's going to go that way, and I'm just going to knit it. I'm going to try and knit at least 24 inches and then graft it together.
Lovely.
And it'll just be a soft.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
That's what I've been doing in between work.
You need to stop buying navy blue yarn if you don't.
If
you don't want to knit it for me.
I don't know why I bought that colour. I really don't. Anyway,
do they have lots of colours in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I won't be buying it again because I don't think I can think of a use for it. But yeah.
So I'm knitting. I've done quite a lot of on my muscle bow actually. So I talked about this quite a long. This is kind of like a long, semi-long standing whip that is just my vanilla knitting if I'm somewhere that requires waiting, which happens a lot now these days. And it's like knitting a big sock really. So you cast on and knit a bit, and then you work out your gauge, and then in the pattern it tells you how many stitches to get to for that gauge and how long to do. So I'm knitting the adult medium stitch count. I'm knitting it on 2.5mm needles, so it is like knitting a big sock. Just because I love the fabric. I've knitted one of these before and in 4-ply, and it just seemed a little bit loose. It's nice, and it's also too long because I want to wear it slouchy without a turn up. So I'm knitting the adult medium, but I'm going to do the length of the adult small, which is about 2 inches short, inch and a half shorter. So I'm about 12 inches in now, and these are my progress keepers. So the last time I'd worked on it, I put that one in, and not the last time, before yesterday. I put that one in, and I managed to do this much. That was kind of at Slimming World and in the car. And then yesterday when we came up, I put that one in, and I knitted that much in the car. So that's about an inch each. So I've got about
over an inch.
Yeah, so I've got 4. I think it's just over 12. So I've got about 4 inches to go, and then I start the decreases. And this is in the Emerald colourway by Botanical Yarn. That was one of the Yorkshire Yarn Fest, virtual Yorkshire Yarn Fest gems. So whatever month Emerald is the gem for, that was the one that Sophie dyed the yarn. And I love a good green. If you follow me on Instagram as the youngest Butler twin, you might know that my mother-in-law hates green. So I love her. She is lovely, but I do like to, test the. So I wear green wherever I can, and I think it's going to be beautiful with my navy coat that you found me in the snails. Yeah. So lovely. I'm really enjoying it actually, and I'm going to cast on another one straight away, and I will show you the yarn because Sophie gave it to me yesterday. When we get to that bit of the podcast. It's not a show.
The show and tell.
Yes, which we will be soon because we've
got one. I've got one more.
Right,
one
so
more
I'll quickly show you my progress on my August socks. These are going to be finished today because this is what I'm going to be knitting on in the car going home. So last time I showed you I'd finished one, and then I did the leg at chemotherapy. Very good. Everyone, it's nice because it's so bright, and everyone walks past and says, "What are you doing?" Those are nice colours. They are lovely colours. So then I got to the heel flap, and I was knitting on the heel flap. I thought, oh, I should stop there because I am showing my lovely friend Jan, who I met from Instagram but lives in the same town as me. We now meet up, and I'm teaching her how to knit socks. So I got to the heel flap and thought I should stop so I can show her how I knit my heel flap and turn and everything. Yeah, so she came the other day, and she's now on the heel flap of her sock as well. So I'll be doing the gusset and the foot in the car. going home. And this is Dotty Wool Company, which, as I said before, I can't remember which month, but the Friends Club. But the colours are just, love them. And they'll be done definitely today. And that is way ahead of my usual time when I'm kitchening on the 1st of the month next month. So that's good. And that they're just living in, sorry, my hat is living in a So Yarnlicious little bag that you can walk and knit with. And this is a bag by Jill from the Willow Shake Shop in Abingdon, and I love the fabric, so actually I love most of the bags she makes, so they're only like about £4, so I usually pick one up when I go for a coffee there. Yeah, so final whips. Why do you say FO, whip?
It's not an FO, it's still got 2 sleeves to go.
So have I, and the body. You go first though.
Okay, I'm knitting.
Yours is, you talked about the yarn, didn't you?
Yeah. So I've wanted to knit a Lento sweater for a while, since I got the Liner magazine with the pattern in, and then it seems like everybody's knitting a Lento at the moment.
Yeah. There's a Lento along, I think.
Yeah.
Are you going to join in? Or is it not started yet?
I don't think it's started yet. I know Amy Palco and Rebecca. Is it Rebecca from Croaky?
Yeah.
They're
That's
talking about
October, isn't it?
Yeah, they're talking about doing one in October, and I do want to knit a second one, so I might join in October.
It's so quick.
So this is the Lento. It is knit on a 6mm needle, 4-ply and mohair held together, or 4-ply and Suri, and it gives you this really nice airy,
but very warm,
yarn sweater.
Have you tried it on since you Pat Castle?
No, I haven't. No. So yesterday I finished the bottom, the rib on the bottom, and the yarn is.
You've done it a bit longer than the pattern.
Yeah, I have.
Joe's tall.
I'm a tall person. So the yarn I'm using is by Townhouse Yarns, and it's called the Bright Side of the Moon.
It's beautiful.
I bought it at a yarn story in 2019, and
it's singles, isn't it?
Singles, yeah. I tried
I tried
a couple of times to design something in it, and the sort of high contrast of the colours made it quite difficult.
Yeah.
You need something fairly plain,
and the mohair just made it look.
I think it would look nice in a garter potentially.
Yeah,
but it was.
But you're going to do your sleeves as long as you can.
Yeah, so I'm gonna wind that into 2 balls and do the sleeves as long as I can. Although I do want a deep ribbed cuff on them. So we'll just see. I'm also planning on not doing the decreases, so that I just get a straight, like a straight
with a wide cuff.
With a wide cuff.
But you managed to get so much. That you only just started that to do the ribbing. So
and then the mohair is from Drops. It's their Kid Silk, Drops Kid Silk in the colourway, in the colour number 4, I think. No, 44.
Right. So is that not the sage green? Looks green to me. Greeny to grey green to me.
Anyway, it's a grey.
Oh, I'm so sorry, everybody. I'm so.
And together, that mutes these colours down a little bit, and you get that. And I think it's going to look really lovely with a pair of grey jeans. And you could if I wear a dark top underneath, you'll see. And you can wear a white top underneath, and it will look a bit different.
Yeah.
So 2 sleeves to go on that.
Very good. You just.
That's taken me a week.
Yeah. And what bag is it living in?
It's living in a botanical yarn bag from Unravel.
It's exclusive, wasn't it? Unravel exclusive.
Yeah. Sophie does a colourway for each festival, and a bag. And that was and it's in her new style where you roll it over the top and clip, and you can
walk and knit.
Yeah,
very good. So mine is also a sweater, and it's living in my beautiful Fat Squirrel bag. If you follow the Fat Squirrel or watch her podcast, which is also really good, more than
It
really
was the first knitting podcast we watched, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. You got me onto it. I don't know.
And if you
how
like
you found it
to watch back, like if you like to go back to the beginning, she's got like over 300 episodes.
Yeah.
So it's
I could just sit and lit.
Yeah.
She could talk about anything, to be honest.
so I'm just gonna I haven't wound up my second skeins, so I'm quickly gonna show you the actual yarn. So I'm knitting a ranunculus, and I'm joining in a cowl, a very like mellow finish when you do no prizes cowl with Karen. I can't remember her surname. She's Karen. She's a friend of Sophie's. She's on Instagram. I will link her below, because if you fancy knitting a ranunculus, and you can just see what other people are doing on that cowl. Quite nice. So this is my main yarn is merino singles from Fibre Fox. And this is in the colourway Eloise, which she dyed for me for my Eloise socks. So, and I love it so much. So I bought 2 skeins from her, obviously from her, to make
in the singles
to make. I wanted to make a birds of a feather shawl
by Andrew Mary.
And I know it's a much beloved pattern, but I didn't love it, so I started it and folded it. So anyway, so this is the second skein of that, and I'm holding it double with Fruitful Fusions fresh water colourway in Suri, baby Suri. I know I chose it especially.
Well, no, I know, but I mean, like the fact that they're from 2 different dyers and they match so well.
And it is beautiful, and it's just so soft, and it's creating a gorgeous fabric. So, and it just matches my bag amazingly. I've got my beautiful Knitters barber cords on. So I split for the body, and I've left it for a few days because I'm working on some designs that need some love in the foreseeable. But I did the wider neck. There's 2 neck versions on the ranunculus, and then so I cast that on in the evening on the Monday, I think, or the second, maybe this Tuesday. Anyway, it was a night when I'd had steroids and I did not sleep, so I basically woke up, went to bed 10 o'clock all the time, like a sad old
normal middle-aged woman.
And I woke up at midnight, wide awake, and I did not go back to sleep till 5 a.m. And in that time I knitted the yoke of a ranunculus, and it's got these beautiful like not yarn overs. When you pass the stitch, you slip the stitch over, so it creates this texture, and then that's just like yarn, and there's a bit of lace, and then this thing again, and it's creating on the socks. It did kind of stripe, but it's so muted that you don't really see. I personally don't see stripes or pooling, and it's so soft. And I'm now on the body, and I've still got this much left to use, and the ranunculus is cropped, very cropped, and I'm not 100% sure how I want to wear it. So
you want sleeves though, don't you?
I want sleeves, so I'm going to see how far, I'm going to weigh these, see how far it gets me, because also you have to remember that Suri is I've only got 2 skeins of Suri, and that's 600 metres, and this is 750 together. So yeah, so it's always the toss up between, the body has to be right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You won't wear it otherwise. So yeah, so I like a 12-inch, 10 inches and 2 inches of rib, or so it's got quite a lot of rib on. I think it's like 3 inches of rib.
I don't know, I've never knit one.
On the I think for my size it's 4 inches of stocking stitch, and then 3 inches of rib, 3.5. It's like that's not long enough for me. Yeah. Anyway, waffle on. I'm sorry, everybody.
I'm knitting 3.5 inches of rib on the bottom of the sweater.
So and it's twisted rib as well. But I love it, and I really want it. But there's a few things that need attention this week, so I will be doing some of it because it's just simple knitting. But yeah, so that's the projects that we're working on. So I don't know what we're going to talk about next is acquisitions, but I don't know if you want to stop and record the acquisitions afterwards and have breakfast. So we're going to pause. We'll be back. We will look the same, but we will have had food. Hi everybody, and slight change of plan. Not that it matters to you because this is going to follow on from what we recorded earlier, but we're now home at my house, and we decided that we would, having had a nice break for the, well, Joe drove home, so it wasn't much of a break for Joe, but having had a little break, that we're actually going to film our acquisition segment rather than just panning across it all. So we won't take too long doing this. So if you're not interested in acquisitions, then don't worry, and we will be back soon with another episode with our new designs, and we're actually together next weekend for the Southern Wool Show and the weekend after for Unravel, so we'll probably be podcasting at some point, either both weekends or something like that. We might try and podcast next weekend because the cowl will have started, and we can have a chat about what we've cast on and stuff like that. Cool. So
I think I'm going to start with things that we didn't get yesterday.
okay, so start with wool. Our wool. We've had a little bit of a and we're going to buy some more because shouldn't maybe, but we've been buying a few things from Wool Warehouse, and Joe so we both bought yarn to knit a Felix.
Yeah.
So we both bought brushed Alpaca Silk because we want to do, so I knitted a museau in this yarn, and it's light and floaty.
So the museau is a pattern by Espace Tricot.
Yeah, it's just as rag.
It's not a raglan,
it's
a
circular
circular yoke.
Quite blousy. Very nice pattern. £3.
Does it do the sleeves where they cinch?
Yeah.
They knit straight
and you do an
cinch
I-cord at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. But we both love the Felix sweater, so we've decided that we're going to knit fine floaty Felixes, and I chose blue, of course.
And I've chosen the
So this is the steel blue from Drops Alpaca Silk, colour number 25,
yeah.
and I got 8 of these.
And that's just rust, isn't it?
Yeah, not just rust.
No,
rust.
rust.
That's rust, and that is the colour 24.
And how many did I get? Did I get 8 as well?
I think you got 8 as well, because yours is smaller, but you knit a smaller size than me.
Will I?
I don't know.
Look how much.
But you anyway, we'll see how we go, because you get 140 metres per ball, and isn't it beautiful?
So what gauge did you knit the museau at?
I don't
What
know.
needle did you use?
I used a 5, and this is knitted at Felix is knitted at 6, but I've knitted a Felix on a 5mm as well, just on the larger size, so it's a number of stitches I think around will work for the body that we kind of go with, but we're not talking about that now. We're talking about
Acquisitions.
Let's not. We will talk about them when we cast them on, and we are going to cast them on at the same time, I think.
Yeah.
So, and you also got.
I also
that was in
got-
the first. This is our first Wool Warehouse
Yeah.
haul. Isn't that
I
beautiful?
got some Kid Silk Haze, which is one of their new colours, and I can't remember what it's called. Rose clay? No.
Yeah.
And I just loved it.
Was it clay pink? No, it's not. It's cherry sorbet.
Oh, cherry sorbet.
It's one of their new colours.
Yeah. So I got 3 of those to knit a Morton Street
Beautiful.
cowl. I absolutely love it.
Lovely. And she also got some yarn to knit a secret sweater.
Yeah,
design,
I did. Which is
very exciting.
we can talk about it soon, but
And I
not just yet.
So I'm knitting a secret sweater design, but it's a DK weight, and it made me just want to cast on all the DK sweaters. So I went back on Wool Warehouse and looked at the drop sale, and I ended up buying a sweater quantity of this soft tweed, which is DK, and it's wool alpaca and viscose, and this is the colour peppercorn, and I think it's lovely.
It's lovely.
So I'm going to be knitting. I just like I also like, this doesn't look very good on me at the moment, but I just really like this pattern, and there's a DK version, so I thought maybe I'd knit one of these.
Yes.
And I also got some Drop Sky, which is, I have to say, one of my favourite yarns that they do. It's a chainette yarn, and it's DK. It says it's DK, but you get 190 metres per 50 grams, and it's alpaca, polyamide and wool, and I just love this colour so much. Anyway, I bought 4 balls, and I'm knitting Jo's shawl that's the next one to come out, which is Rhubarb Fizz. So I'm going to be knitting one of those, which is hers is a 4-ply.
It's actually a light fingering.
Oh, right.
It's 250 metres to 50 grams, or you can also knit. Obviously, you can knit it with
so this
with a 4-ply, but you need more.
Yeah. So this is 4mm needles. So I'm probably going to knit it on 4mm needles, but and it'll get as big.
Yeah.
It should get as big.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're not talking about what we're going to knit with the acquisitions, really, are we?
Why not?
Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I just love this pink colour. It's gorgeous, and
that's what I knit your disco bunny.
Yeah, in grey, didn't you? Yeah. Oh, you did it on 4mm.
Yeah, it's really and it's really light and
so
nice to wear because it's soft.
I've had a 3rd Wool Warehouse purchase since we last podcast, and that is for another secret design that you are doing.
And I've also had another bit,
but you haven't got it yet.
No, because the post office strike meant that I couldn't get it. But it's all for the same thing. You're going to knit yours, which we'll be sharing soon.
Yeah, it's a design that's coming.
There's
soon,
lots of things that have been happening, and we wanted to spread them out a little bit, so we didn't do too many at the same time.
Cool.
And because we were away, we didn't want to bring everything.
Yeah.
So
but we're just showing you some of the drops yarns that we love. Yeah. And like we said in the podcast, a lot of them are on sale at the moment, and would be perfect for the gift for cheap, not cheap, but they're beautiful yarns, but an affordable way to make a gift.
Yeah.
And do some gifting along in our new cowl that's starting on Thursday. So this will go up today. Yeah. So hopefully if you have some time to shop the drop sale. Right, so then yesterday happened.
Yeah.
And we went to as we said, the open studio at Sophie's, and we got there, and we had a coffee. I sat and drank my coffee and just was chatting. Jo immediately went to the mystery minis.
I love them.
And
I've got two lots. The mystery, so it's kind of, I guess it's end of. Yeah. So Sophie does a lot of mini.
She loves mini skeins. Yeah.
She does a lot of minis. She does solstice boxes,
mini
summer
clubs,
boxes,
book club,
everything. So
that one. Oh,
yeah.
Goodness.
So I found 2 sets that I liked. That you get 8 in the mystery one. You get 8 for £18.
So look out on her website.
Yeah,
she does have other mystery bundles, doesn't she?
Yeah,
but the mini skein ones, if you like.
And it's a whole mix of colours.
Yeah.
So that, I think you could get a really good fade out of it. You could get a really good colour work, a cowl.
That would make a beautiful pair of moonlight socks from Hohi, the fade.
But I don't know. I don't actually know what I'm gonna. By the way, I don't actually know what I'm gonna make with it. But I have got an idea,
well.
For
I haven't seen Sophie do a lot of beige. Kind of. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Anyway,
so I got 2 lots of those.
Where are the other ones?
They're down here.
Just quick. It's going to crinkle, but just quickly going to show you them. Ooh, some greens. Yes. So then I got some mini skeins. So I bought the Very Perry fade, purple to blue. I just love this.
Is that the Pantone colour of the year?
Pantone colour of the year, yeah. And she had some, so I got them. Then I also got this month's book club, which is House of Fortune by Jessie Burton. And those are the colours. So that was just part of the, that wasn't, that, I was getting those anyway. That wasn't part of this weekend. And I have some other stuff that actually wasn't part of this weekend, because this is a bag that Sophie got me when she was she was doing a little shop from I think from Yarnworks actually. And this is a bag by Emma Ball, and it's just beautiful. And then I finally got back my Stitch Birdie pin from when we were at Unravel, so that's on there as well. And Sophie and I shopped this year we're doing our stripy sock along sock challenge, and we shopped the Dotty Wool closing down sale, and I got this one which is called I'm Really a Mermaid. Isn't it beautiful? So that will be something for next year, because I've got my yarns sorted out for the next striping for the rest of the year. Sorry for the crinkling. And the last thing, just to show you from in here, is that Sophie got me a lovely little heart that says, I'll just read it. Best friends make good times better and the bad times easier. Okay, so I'm going to hang that somewhere in my bedroom. And then that's the colourway of the back to the open studio. So this is actually slightly different than you would buy from Soph. It's her slub base on, I can't remember the colourway.
Hydrangea.
I think I bought skein as well. I know I bought the minis.
I don't think it was the hydrangea one. I think it was
this
the one that was on the sock set one.
Vanda Lilac Starlight. I think it's a orchid. And this is for her mum, for me to knit her a Halcyon Days cowl, which is one of my designs. Look how it goes with my nails. And we were both saying how much we were obsessing over this colour at the moment. And because it's Sophie's mum and she can basically do what she wants with the yarn, we swapped the mohair for Suri, dyed in the same colourway. So I'm going to knit that up soon, and that's going to be beautiful. And there's going to be enough in here to knit one for me as well. So we're going to have matching. Matchy. Cool. So that's the Vanda special. So I might as well just show you the sock set while we're talking about Vanda Starlight. So this was one of the colourways this weekend.
I think you can see the colour a little bit better.
Yeah, look at the speck, look at that.
Well, I think on Superwash Merino is what picks the colour up the best, isn't it?
So this the speckles, it's absolutely stunning. This is a sock set. So obviously I'm a sock knitter. I'll be knitting socks with that. And then I think possibly
that was the hydrangea one.
Oh, was it? Okay. Go ahead then. Go.
I think
you can talk about it.
You can talk about that.
Okay.
Oh, it's got that colour in it.
Yeah.
I thought that was
so
the
I got the mini
one.
set, the mini skein set from this weekend as well, and I also got another mini skein set.
How many minis have you got?
I know. You've got lots of minis too. This is the hydrangea set. How could I not buy?
There were two hydrangea sets.
Oh, are they both those then?
There was a hydrangea.
It was like that.
Royale.
Was that the royal colour?
I'm getting confused. There was.
Well, Hydrangea Royale was the special. Was the. Sorry, everybody. Hydrangea Royale was the exclusive colourway.
Yeah,
that you could
that
only
was
get.
The mini set for that one.
Okay, that you could only get at the open day.
Yeah, there you go.
So I got
Hydrangea Royale
surprise. So I got the 4-ply merino nylon from the Suri and the mini skein set.
And then this one was the other hydrangea one.
Right, so I got that as well. And then I got this, I got a mini of the special one as well. And I only got 2 more things. I got, this thing had to come home with me, this colour. I don't know what the colourway is. It's a little bit of mauve, which I might need my sister to inspire a little 20 gram something. but it's beautiful, isn't it? How did you not pick that out? And then I got a skein of Sophie's Pride yarn from last year, which was everyone's welcome in my garden.
From this year?
From this year?
Last year.
It was last year. It was last year. I bought this at Unravel.
Oh, right,
The
okay.
first time we ever met Sophie. This was her colourway for Unravel 2021. And I knitted a pair of Happy Butterfly socks in it, which she has kept. So she replaced the yarn because I actually purchased the yarn and used it for a sample that she's got. So she gave it me. And this is going to be cast on as my Musselburgh hat.
After the green.
As soon as I finish the green one, this one's going to go on the needles as the Musselburgh hat. That's the vanilla knitting. So, yeah. And what other yarn did you get?
Just a few. I got a couple from the bargain bin.
Beautiful.
I don't know. It's just a lonely skein. I think it's singles.
Yeah.
And I just love the colours.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So
I've got a bit of a theme going on, I think.
Yeah. You're feeling autumn, I think, Jay.
I am, yeah. Autumn's my favourite season. I think
it's my favourite season as well.
It's a lot of knitters' favourite seasons. And then this is Suri.
Beautiful. Is that going to become a
I don't know if
season?
it's... No, I'm not knitting. I don't think I'm going to knit
Another one.
But I don't know what it's going to be.
You could knit Halcyon Days.
I don't like that
Oh,
spell.
no, you don't like spell.
Sorry.
It's fine.
And then I got some
making
mauve.
you do anything.
So this is going to be a Loretto Road.
Yeah.
And this is just a special little...
Just held single.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of...
Oh, actually, I don't know if it'd work, will it? 'Cause it's mohair, not Suri. Is that mohair?
Yeah. That's no. That is amazing.
I don't know. It might have to become something else. But, yeah.
Cool. Look at that. Beautiful. Love it. Lovely.
I love that colour.
Yes. So that's it for yarn. I managed to snag one of these project bags, and there's some goodies inside. You could
Because she needed another project bag.
I needed another project bag, but that's beautiful, isn't it? Stunning. And then we got some. Is
that going to be available? Or is that special?
This is the last. This was just a special from a club, from a kit that is no longer available.
But you need to look out Sophie's website.
This is a large
bags because it's amazing.
This is a large drawstring bag, and it's got 4 pockets inside. And there's plenty of room. And
Sally makes
amazing
bags.
And I got 2 sets of the fripperies and bibelots O-rings, which are in Grello and Rock Chick. And I wasn't going to open, just to show you what they're like. And you can make these, but these are the best. I think the best ones of them.
Are they the socks?
They're for anything really.
All right.
But I don't know if you can hold it up to see. They're like purple O-rings with beads on, and different colour beads on those ones. And then my other ones are grey and yellow because they're grello. So they're cute. And then we both got one of these, which is like a Progress Keeper, a stitch marker holder from Twin Mountains Handcrafts. And aren't they beautiful? Couldn't resist that. That was like a... Saw that and it was like, that's it, game over, one of them.
And then I got some buttons that, well, they're kind of stitch markers. Progress Keepers. They are buttons in the same.
Oh, so you can use them as buttons.
Well, they're actually buttons, so I'm assuming you could.
They are. I need to make something.
Yeah, I don't make a lot of cardigans, and if I do, I don't put buttons.
No,
on
but
them.
you could put a button on a towel.
Yeah. But anyway, I just love them.
Yeah. And then we both got a Kahana tape measure.
don't know why mine is different here.
Yeah.
I got a grey one, and Jo got
I got a red, like a rusty red one.
Twinnies.
Now the only thing, I'm not going to say it's not lovely, but it appears to only be in centimetres.
Yes, not inches. So we're going to have to know our.
It's pretty.
Know our. Or we should. Oh my goodness. We are. There's no way I could be hungry. I've been snacking all day. We are a country that uses the metric system.
We are.
But
I think in inches.
We're old. We're old school.
But I have to say, and that would be my only criticism of it,
because it is beautifully made,
is you don't know that until you open it.
Yes.
And you can't open it before you buy it.
It's in Japanese.
So I'm assuming Japanese people don't use inches.
Yeah.
Or Chinese people. I guess we don't know what the Japanese.
Nice little box.
And a nice, it is a nice little thing.
I know. Look at that to show you the colour. It's really cute. Anyway, we've both got one of those, and Jo and I can stop borrowing my tape. So
I think that's it.
That's it for our acquisitions. Hope that's been enjoyable for you all. Just I wanted to say to you one thing. Which is your favourite that you bought?
The Lonely Skein
The special colourway.
is my favourite. I think
The Suri. If I had to pick one.
yeah.
Beautiful.
I don't know what I'm going to make with it. I think I'm going to make something I've already designed because I don't want to keep making more.
No, you've got a lot on the go.
I've got a lot on the go. But I love it. And I'm going to wind the ball and just see what.
Yeah. So hope you've enjoyed that, everyone. And if you've lasted this long, it's another long episode, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. And we'll see you soon. And happy knitting, everybody.
Yeah. We're going to try and limit acquisitions from the next 2 events because we don't need any more.
No.
We're just going to meet people and have fun.
I want a skein of Do You Think You Saw Us from the Bird Street.
Right, okay. But there may be the odd purchase, but we're not going to be buying masses. And we're going to meet people, so that's good.
Yeah.
Right, anyway, thanks everybody. Sorry about that.
Have a good couple of weeks, and
Yeah.
we will see you again soon.
Bye.